Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Quick arcade related video. It is an amazing time to be an NBA Jam fan. Just real quick, I'm going to try not to be crazy verbose with this, but my history with NBA Jam. This is my NBA Jam cabinet. This was the first arcade game I ever bought getting into this hobby. Not this exact cabinet, but NBA Jam was released in 1992 by Midway. I was an 11-year-old kid who was crazy about video games and basketball at the time. And this game absolutely blew my mind. I had never seen anything like it. I don't think any of us had ever seen anything like it. Me and my buddies were absolutely obsessed with this game. I grew up in Folsom. There was a restaurant called Woody's, if any of you guys are familiar with that, that had NBA Jam. It was the first time I ever saw it and played it. Fell in love with it. There was also another place called Mine Shaft, which was like a miniature golf spot, that also had batting cages, and we would go hit baseballs, and then I would take all of my allowance money and play NBA Jam there. So when I realized you could buy arcade games, this was the only game that I cared about, the only game that I wanted. It was, like I said, it was the first game that I ever bought, and it kind of launched me into this hobby. So back, in 92, pre-internet days, there were so many rumors about this game, and one of the big things that was missing from NBA Jam was Michael Jordan. I think he owned his own likeness, and they just weren't going to pay him to be in this game, and none of us could understand why a game like NBA Jam, where you're doing ridiculous like slam dunks, didn't have someone like Michael Jordan in it. There were tons of rumors that he was in there. There was a way to unlock him. We tried figuring it out. It never happened. I've heard so many interviews with Mark Turmel, who was the creator of this game, that said he created early ROM sets that had Michael Jordan. I don't believe a single word of any of that. I think that he was very big into hyping things. He said that he had made board sets and gave them, I think he said Michael Jordan actually had one of the versions with him on it. I don't believe it. It would have ended up in someone's hands. We would have had the ROMs a long, long time ago. So fast forward 30 years later, there was a thread that was started on KLOV, klov.com, the killer list of video games. There's forums there. Someone back in, I think, 2017 started an interest thread about hacking NBA Jam to update the rosters. And there was some talk, and people were, making suggestions on what they'd want to see. And it seemed like the overwhelming response was everyone wanted Michael Jordan in the game. This has been in the works for, 5 years? I want to make sure I don't misspeak, but I think there was a gentleman by the name of Paul who kind of started working on this, and then he has been also working on hacks for Mortal Kombat, and I think he was really spending a lot of his time doing that. And it kind of went by the wayside for a few years, and then there was another gentleman by the name of Pon, P-O-N, that's on the KLOV forums, that had been hacking the PSX versions of NBA Jam, and he decided to start messing with the arcade version, and here we are. So about this, you have to have the NBA Jam Tournament Edition PCB, and you can see this cabinet was NBA Jam, and it was converted to Tournament Edition when I got it. Tournament Edition was the sequel to NBA Jam. I'm filming this video on my GoPro because it seems to be the only camera that I own that doesn't make the monitor go crazy. You can kind of see the lines there, but my other point and shoot camera doesn't work well. My phone doesn't work well. So hopefully you guys can hear this and see this all right. But you need to have a Tournament Edition board for whatever reason to be able to do this. And I'll leave a link to where you can download the ROMs. I think it's romhack.net. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'll leave a link in the description of this video. But you can go, if you have the means, to burn ROMs. It is 16 ROMs that you burn. 14 go on your PCB, and 2 of them go on the soundboard, and you essentially get Michael Jordan in your game. There's other awesome parts to this. Tournament Edition, when it was released, for whatever reason, there was players that were left out. Charles Barkley was left out. He was in the original NBA Jam game. Shaq was left out. He was in the original NBA Jam game. I think, again, with those 2 guys, it was licensing issues. Both of those guys are put back in this game, which is awesome. And then on the early versions of the NBA Jam Tournament boards, the version 1.0 and version 2.0, which were kind of, the way I understand it, like the test boards that they sent out post NBA Jam to kind of see how they would do. You can see right there. There's Michael Jordan. But the version 1.0 and 2.0 ROMs, which exist, people had them. I actually had an old, I think I had a 1.0 Tournament Edition PCB back in the day. It was pretty buggy, but it had Mortal Kombat characters playable. But I guess word is the NBA didn't like that, and they told them to take it out. So for the Revision 3 ROMs, which kind of were basically the ones that went out on location, those guys were left out. So the Mortal Kombat characters are back in this game, which is awesome. And then what was the other thing? Oh, in the original NBA Jam, you could break the backboard, which was one of the coolest parts of the game. And for whatever reason, they took that out of the Tournament Edition. That makes no sense to me, since it was NBA Jam and it was like one of the coolest parts of the game. But the backboard breaking feature is part of this update, this ROM hack. So you get Michael Jordan, you get Shaq back, you get Charles Barkley back, you get the Mortal Kombat characters, and you get to break the backboard. So yeah, like I said, 16 ROMs that you need to burn. If you don't have the means to do that, there's people who can do it. On the Claw forums, there's an awesome gentleman by the name of Charles Klein. He's the one who did it for me. I think, I'm trying to remember, it was $80 shipped for the chips. So for $80, I essentially got an updated version of an arcade game, my favorite game, with like a bunch of rad features. So he could do it. You could go through hobbyroms.com. There's plenty of places that can burn ROMs for you. So I have seen other videos of NBA Jam hacks, but they've all been console versions. I have not seen anyone really upload a video of the arcade version running that's not Mame. So I wanted to put a video up and just show you guys Michael Jordan in this game. So I'm absolutely like geeking out over this. Played it last night a bunch. There's some new speech added to the game. Like, it's just so fun to have him in this game. So I'm going to set this camera up and we'll play a game. Like I said, sorry for being so long-winded talking about all this stuff, but hopefully I covered everything and gave everyone credit who I was supposed to give credit to. But if I misspoke or said something wrong, I apologize. You can talk mess to me in the comments, but yeah, this is so rad. So let me set this camera up somehow, and we'll play a quick game so I can show you Jordan. All right, hopefully this is set up all right and you guys can see it, but again, I apologize for the wavy lines in the monitor. It's so annoying, but here we go. We won't worry about initials. So there's Barkley. Here's the Mortal Kombat team. You can do expanded rosters and get Sub-Zero, and who else is on there? Kerry Hoskins. There's a bunch of people. I can make a video about that later. There's Shaq. He's back. Amazing. But this is the reason why we're playing this, right? Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Tonight's matchup, World versus Heat. Here's the tip.
Let's see if we can. I'll see if we can break the backboard. We'll do all this fun stuff.
Jordan.
So you can see they did a rad job, like updating the speech. Hearing Jordan sounds perfect.
Right.
Just freaking amazing. I'm gonna go Tennessee if we can get on fire. Oh my gosh, we're really missing dunks. What is happening? I think they also put the fatality power up in this too. Oh man. When you're on fire and you push people, the players go up in flames, which is rad. We're just gonna have 100 dunks in this game. But yeah, I mean, this update is, oh man, it plays perfect. Like, he looks like he should be in this game. Oh my gosh. there's another, I don't know if you guys heard that, but that shot just got blocked and it said, get that ish out of here, which is fun. Dude, Michael Jordan would never be getting blocked like this. I'm trying to dunk the whole time so we can break the backboard in the fourth quarter. It's not the smartest way to play, but... Yeah, I mean, everything looks and plays great. No. Scottie Pippen will be getting his 0 points today. Yeah, I don't know if they were able to get the guy to like record new speech. I mean, it sounds perfect. Oh no, dunk it, clown. Now he's missing on fire layups. It's the best. Get that ish out of here. No, we got to dunk. No, dunk the basketball, bro. I mean, in a regular world, I'd be shooting threes right now to go way ahead. Yeah, when I tell you that I spent all of my allowance money on this game, I mean I spent all of it. Back then, it depended on where you played, but games were, you know, $2 to $3 to play an entire game. And you know, you'd enter your initials with your birthday, and it kept your record. There was two different machines that I ended up finishing. So I mean, I spent hundreds of dollars as a 12-year-old kid playing NBA Jam. I mean, if you believe everything that they say, this game in its first year in the arcades worldwide grossed $1 billion with a B, which is nuts. It made more money than Jurassic Park did in '92, according to the interwebs. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how many of you guys grew up in arcades, but when NBA Jam was in its heyday, I mean, there was constantly 4 people on machines. It was insane. People went nuts over this game for a good reason. It's the ultimate multiplayer game. I mean, it had real NBA guys. The dunks are insane. The graphics are great. Speech, music, all of it. Extremely revolutionary, I think. I mean, you think they took the idea from, I don't even know, it might be that the same people worked on it, but if anyone played Arch Rivals, it was kind of like this. It was 2-on-2, and you could punch people, but nothing like this at all. Nowhere near. The graphics, the sounds, and they didn't have NBA players. Arch Rivals was fun, though. I played Arch Rivals a ton on my Nintendo. Yeah, if you go to the website to download these ROMs, it's called NBA Jam Rewind, I think. Rewind Volume 1. I don't know if he's going to do more updates to it, like in the future. I don't know if, you know, he's going to put more secret characters in it, or try and put older NBA Jam characters on the Tournament Edition board. I'm not 100% sure. But I'm that guy who, if there is an update, I'll probably buy new ROMs. I'll spend another $80 just to have the latest and greatest. You don't get updates like this in the arcade world anymore. You know, the closest that was going on was, you know, people were making D2K and Donkey Kong Jr. 2 or whatever remix, those games, which are fun. It's fun to, like, it just makes it a fresh game all these years later.
Up by 15. 1 minute to go.
Hopefully the backboard breaks. We've dunked a ton, haven't we? Not doing layups, bro. We're done. Scottie Pippen's just standing there doing nothing. Do something. He's literally just standing there. Look at him. Oh my gosh, I ran out of turbo. Where is my teammate? Did I hit a player one game? Oh no. Am I playing? Oh no, no. I thought maybe I hit like first player start on accident. Get in. Can't buy a bucket, how dare you? He's done nothing but score every bucket. Alright, here we go. Fourth quarter. Let's see if we can't break the backboard. Alright, here's where the computer assistance really kicks in. Shit, he's on fire. I gotta score. This is not good. This is not good. But you can see why. Oh my gosh, dunk the ball, clown! You can see why so much money was spent on this game. Because I was up by what, 15? Now I'm down by, or I'm only up by 2. There we go. The rubber banding in this game is absolutely asinine. They're not even letting me dunk. I'm not going to be able to break the backboard. Dude, come on. Come on, man. Why hasn't it broken yet? How many times we got done?
1 minute to go.
Oh my gosh. Now we're doing that? How did I not get the ball right there? It's insane. We're only up by 4. There it goes. We did it. So awesome. We're still only up by 4. It's not good. Gotta hit a 3. Do it, Michael. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Winner. Alright. So there you go. That is the NBA Jam Tournament Edition ROM hack. NBA Jam Rewind Volume 1. Go get it if you own this game. It is 1,000% worth your time. It's amazing. So, if you guys have any other questions, leave comments. I'll try and answer them as best as I can or point you in the right direction. But that's it. I'm out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See ya.
Thank you for coming behind the bar, in the arcade, all that shit.
Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't